Hi, I'm Shelley Taylor here with Joyce Harinya today, and we're here to introduce SAM, our proprietary AI tool for family businesses. Can you tell us why we built SAM, a little bit about it, please?
Absolutely. Aspen Family Business Group has been around for about 38 years. And in that process, we've created an extraordinary amount of books and white papers and thinking about how to solve business family problems and issues and growth concerns. And what we wanted to do was have a very easy way to use generative AI as just one tool in our toolkit of ways to interact with our materials easily 24/7. Because what we've learned from our clients is sometimes on that Thanksgiving evening dinner, there can be some challenging questions asked. And why not have a resource where people can go and ask those questions when they're still fresh in their mind and potentially get some answers or tools to solve those problems?
Well, that's really great. And that sounds pretty unique for family business, but also how does that fit into other things that the Aspen Family Business Group does?
Well, that is really the key part. It is just one aspect of what we want to offer family members, because without regard to ability to pay, we also want to have access to our webinars, podcasts, and all of our intellectual property materials so that anyone can come in at any time and learn the way that they want to learn. And I think that that's a really key, special and unique part of what we're trying to do here is provide resources across spectrums of learning styles that people can have.
That's really great. So someone might want to interact with Sam, or they might want to read articles on the website or just view a podcast, and we have all of that available. Or someone can do all of the above, right?
Exactly. However you want to learn, whenever you want to learn. And I think the other piece that's really special is that some of the content is really broken into very, very small bites, like this video takes 3, 4, 5 minutes. And everybody is able to access this content, not only on their computers, but also on their mobile device. And fascinatingly, how many of us sit around and really are looking at our phone when we're waiting for a restaurant reservation or a friend to show up for a coffee. So I think the ability to really have a broad range of tool types and tool access points is really key to our unique learning ecosystem.
Great. And so back to Sam. How does Sam work, and how was it built? How did it come about?
So SAM really comes together based on every single piece of writing and content that Aspen Family Business Group has created over 38 years. So think about all those books, all those materials that have been created to really support families in business and their assets. And those materials have trained SAM to be able to answer questions from family members. And then the way that generative AI learns is really by folks asking questions and then iteratively learning as it develops. And so our materials, every time we have a webinar, every time we have a podcast, we're additionally training Sam to get just that much smarter about the best answers to family business questions.
And this is unique in that it's what's called a small language model, and it's also just for family businesses, families in business. Is that right?
Right. And so that's a very important point, Shelley, and I'm so glad you asked that question because we don't know of any other resource that's specifically oriented around family business and family business questions that's as good as SAM. And there's certainly a lot of other AI models out there, but they have not been specifically trained in Aspen's 38 years of content. And so that's the unique differentiating item that we bring to SAM. And we feel really, really confident that you're going to get very good answers from SAM.
And how do they know how to interact with SAM? If they show up and they want to use it, but maybe they've never used any of these AI, chat GPT or anything like that before.
So we've spent some time really creating a learning section, and we call it README on familybusiness.ai, which is the website where SAM is housed. And you can get there easily from aspenfamilybusiness.org or just directly on familybusiness.ai. And the README section also has some feedback, and we really appreciate user comments on how to make SAM better. But as you go through those instructions, it's pretty easy to see how to ask SAM questions in a way that's going to optimally get you the answers that you're looking for. And again, that feedback loop is something that we really, really value and appreciate telling us how we could make that simpler or better or easier for you to use. We're really, really hopeful that over the course of the next year or so, we're going to be able to get SAM in a really good place in terms of the answers that it gives and the help it can provide to families and business together.
That's great. And I love the feedback element too, because what we're doing here is really, we're here to serve families and business. And so we want what we're doing to work for the families. And we want the feedback. So if it's, if we can do it differently or better, we want to hear about that. Thank you, Joyce. We hope you'll all join us on this journey. You can find us at aspenfamilybusiness.org, at familybusiness.ai. You can find us on LinkedIn or YouTube and access the materials that we have on our website. And we look forward to connecting with you.